Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be a rapid review and ranking of some oil-free foundations. These foundations are also going to be free of alcohol and fragrance. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna go in order of my least favorite all the way up to my favorite. The first one is one that I actually ended up returning because nothing about it was good. I didn't even want to mix it with my other foundations, and that is the Dose of Colors foundation. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. I felt that this foundation was heavy and cakey looking, and some foundations are just thick but don't even offer the coverage to make it worth it feeling heavy on the skin. I felt like it had a similar texture to the e.l.f. Flawless foundation. I forget the name. Sorry, I will put it on the screen. It just gave me really similar vibes, except the e.l.f. one had more coverage. I just didn't like the finish or the coverage. I did wear it a couple of times and it looked kind of heavy every single time. So that is my least favorite oil-free foundation. The next one is the CoverFX Power Play foundation. Now, I love the Power Play concealer from CoverFX. This is one of my favorite products ever, and it is super hydrating, whereas this is oil-free and more matte. I'm not against a matte foundation at all, but some matte foundations are super smoothing, and then some are just a little dry looking. And I do feel that this one is a little dry looking. If you just have oily skin and you don't have a lot of texture on the face, which is not the case with me, I'm constantly trying to get rid of blemishes and stuff like that, so I do experience a little bit of texture. I really like the ingredients in here. There are things that I like about it, and I think that some people might really like this foundation, but for me, it is maybe my least favorite oil-free foundation, so I had to rank it at second to last. The next one is the Smashbox To Do Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is oil-free as well, fragrance-free, all that good stuff. Now, this one is hydrating, whereas the Power Play CoverFX foundation is not. Or maybe it's supposed to be hydrating, but it does look a little bit dry on my skin, and it does wear that way throughout the day. This one goes on giving you a little bit of a glow, and then throughout the day, I wouldn't say it dries up or anything or gets too greasy. I think in terms of oil production, it stays pretty true throughout the day, but it is one of those foundations that looks a little bit more makeup-y throughout the day. So I do get just a tiny bit of separation when I wear this, and that's one of the reasons it's not my favorite. I oftentimes mix these two because this one's a little too dry, this one's maybe a little bit too hydrating, and together they give a decent finish. But these two do give me a little bit of a textured makeup-y look, which I'm not a huge fan of, but when I'm not doing anything super important, I will use these. So this is the Mineral Liquid Powder Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 15. This is from Your Name Cosmetics and a lot of small companies private label from Your Name. When I worked at a spa, we sold some cosmetics and we just bought them from Your Name, and we didn't even brand them with our spa's name on them. We just bought private label cosmetics without even labeling them. The products weren't bad, they were fine, and I actually really liked the Mineral Liquid Powder Foundation. When I wear this, I actually get compliments on my skin, so that definitely says something. Mineral makeup is also a lot more gentle on the skin, so for everyday wear, a mineral-based makeup is great. So if you do see your local salon carrying this, I would actually give it a try, unless your skin is super dry, because it is a liquid to powder kind of finish. I find the coverage to be medium on this, and I find the wear time to be really, really good actually. So yeah, weird thing to really fall in love with, but I quite like it. Next is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and if it weren't for the color, this I would really love this and wear it all the time. If you are broken out and you need something that's gonna cover without enhancing your texture, this covers. It is full coverage and it does smooth over texture. So when I'm wearing this, as long as I don't apply too much, it doesn't tend to look cakey or cling to dry patches on the face or anything like that, or enhance my pores. And I find the wear time on this fantastic. If you're after a matte look without looking dry, I actually prefer the finish and the look and the feel of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop over the Cover FX. Finally, we have my favorite oil-free foundation, and this is the Dermablend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. What this is a full coverage, oil-free and water-free foundation. It's not like too liquidy where you feel like your brush is like drinking it all up, but it's not thick, and I think it is good that they have it in a dropper. The bottle itself isn't too bulky. The finish on the skin is beautiful. Like, I've never seen a more beautiful finish in an oil-free foundation. It can be really difficult to get pigments to spread beautifully on the skin without oil, which is one of the reasons this is so impressive. So this is 33% pigment. 33% pigment is a lot. So I suppose the principle is that this is lots of pigment and as little filler as possible. And I have to say that this truly does feel weightless, and it truly is the least pore clogging foundation I have ever tried. When I'm using this, I see a noticeable difference in my skin versus when I'm switching around with a bunch of other different foundations. If you use too much of it, it will look cakey. You only need 1 drop to cover your entire face. And I'm not talking like a whole dropper's worth, I'm talking like this much. Like, that's it. So if you have problematic skin, cystic acne, I would recommend this because it covers and it doesn't irritate the skin. It's amazing. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it and want to see more content from me. And otherwise, I hope you're all staying safe inside and being well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.